The reveal. Germany just rolled out the most capable Eurofighter ever built. On May 20th, 2026, at Airbus Defence and Space's facility in Manching, Bavaria, a single-seat fighter with the production number Golf Sierra 0115 sat under the lights in front of industry officials, military brass and cameras. Registration 34+03, the first German Tranche 4 Eurofighter ever shown in public. New radar, new cockpit architecture, new electronic warfare, DNA. On paper, it looks like a triumph. But ask yourself this question: why is Europe spending billions upgrading a design that first flew in the 1990s, right now in 2026, instead of building the 6th-generation aircraft it has been promising since 2017? That answer is uncomfortable, and it tells you more about the state of European defense than almost anything else happening on the continent. The Future Combat Air System, FCAS, is not just delayed, it is, by every measurable indicator, in freefall. The mediation teams assigned to break the Dassault Airbus deadlock have now failed multiple times. Christmas 2025 came and went without a joint statement. April 2026's final mediation attempt collapsed. Both industrial partners are now openly discussing independent alternatives. Germany knows this, and what you're looking at in Manching is not just a fighter jet reveal. It is a hedge, a very expensive, very capable hedge against the possibility that Europe never builds its 6th-generation future at all. This is the Eurofighter Tranche 4, and understanding what it actually is and what it actually means requires understanding both stories at once. What Tranche 4 actually is. To understand how significant this aircraft is, you need to understand what the Eurofighter was before it. The Typhoon has flown with Germany since the early 2000s, and for most of that time it carried a major vulnerability, a mechanically scanned radar, the kind that sweeps back and forth on a physical gimbal, the kind that was already being phased out by competitors like the F-35 and the F-22 a decade ago. The Tranche 4 changes that. Its centerpiece is the European Common Radar System Mark I, ECRS Mark I, an active electronically scanned array built by German sensor company Hensoldt, developed jointly with Spain's Indra. Where the old mechanically scanned system moved a single beam by rotating hardware, an AESA radar uses thousands of individual transmit-receive modules that steer the beam electronically in fractions of a millisecond, with no moving parts. The operational implications are significant. An AESA can track multiple targets simultaneously while conducting electronic warfare tasks at the same time, something a mechanically scanned radar fundamentally cannot do. It detects targets at greater range, with higher accuracy, and handles low-signature threats like cruise missiles and drones far more effectively. It is also dramatically more resistant to hostile jamming and more reliable, because it has nothing mechanical to break under stress. Hensoldt's Mark I goes further. It integrates both passive and active electronic warfare capabilities directly into the radar architecture. Electronic support measures. Electronic attack. The radar antenna is not just a sensor. It is also a weapon in the electromagnetic spectrum. Germany's Tranche 4s will initially receive the ECRS Mark I Step 0 configuration. The full Mark I Step 1 upgrade, which unlocks the complete electronic warfare multifunction capabilities, is scheduled for installation from mid-2027 onward. Approximately 200 of these radars will be delivered to the German and Spanish Air Forces combined. Beyond the radar, the Tranche 4 introduces a new cockpit centered on a large area display, 12 by 22 inches, replacing 3 separate 6 by 6 inch multifunction screens. The concept is straightforward. In modern combat, information density is the bottleneck. A larger unified display reduces the cognitive workload of processing sensor fusion data, managing AESA functions, and coordinating with unmanned wingmen simultaneously. The pilot stops managing screens and starts managing the battle. There is also a notable gap worth naming. Germany's Tranche 4s do not include PIRATE, the passive infrared airborne track equipment that allows detection of aircraft by heat signature, without emitting a radar signal. British and Italian Typhoons have carried it for years. Berlin omitted it on cost grounds. That decision means German jets have a passive detection limitation that their allied Eurofighter operators do not. The full German buildup. The Tranche 4 reveal is not a standalone event. It is the visible tip of the largest peacetime restructuring of German air power since the Cold War. Under Project Quadriga, Germany ordered 38 Tranche 4 aircraft in November 2020, with delivery scheduled between 2025 and 2030. 31 are single-seaters, 7 are two-seat trainers. Germany also plans to buy an additional 55 Eurofighters as a partial replacement for the aging Tornado fleet, bringing the Tranche 4 total to 93 aircraft. Then, in October 2025, Germany contracted for 20 additional Tranche 5 Eurofighters. Separate from all of this is the Typhoon EK program. Germany is converting 15 existing Eurofighters into dedicated electronic warfare aircraft. EK stands for Elektronischer Kampf, electronic combat. These jets will carry the Erexus electronic warfare suite from Swedish company Saab, Helsing's Sira artificial intelligence processing software, and the AGM-88 Echo advanced anti-radiation guided missile for suppression and destruction of enemy air defenses. The Typhoon EK is scheduled for NATO certification by 2030, replacing Germany's Tornado ECR jets that have been flying electronic warfare missions since the 1990s. And Germany is not only investing in Eurofighters, 35 F-35 Alpha jets are being procured to replace the nuclear strike Tornadoes. These aircraft will carry B-61-12 gravity bombs under NATO nuclear sharing and will also field the Joint Strike Missile for conventional long-range precision strike. The complete picture: 93 Tranche 4 Eurofighters, 20 Tranche 5s, 15 Typhoon EK electronic warfare variants, 35 F-35 Alpha jets. This is not a country maintaining an air force. This is a country rebuilding one from scratch. The FCAS crisis. Here is where the Tranche 4 reveal becomes something more than a product launch. FCAS was announced by France and Germany in 2017 as Europe's answer to the 6th generation question. The program envisions a new generation fighter crewed aircraft, a fleet of remote carriers, autonomous collaborative combat drones, and a combat cloud connecting all of them through artificial intelligence. Total estimated program value: 100 billion euros. Planned operational service date: 2040. The execution has been a failure of political and industrial coordination. The fault line runs between two industrial powers with incompatible visions. Dassault Aviation demands design authority over the new generation fighter. Airbus Defence and Space, representing German and Spanish industrial interests, demands equal technological partnership. Neither side will fully concede. The timeline of collapse is instructive. In 2021, Dassault and Airbus reached a deal to proceed to Phase 1B demonstrators, described at the time as a milestone. By 2025, the program was supposed to advance to a more demanding development phase. Neither company submitted the required bids to do so. Working-level talks failed. Ministerial steering boards failed. Political escalation to the Chancellor and President level failed. A promised joint statement by Christmas 2025 never materialized. The Munich Security Conference brought no conclusion. In March 2026, the summit between German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and French President Macron ended without a decision, replaced by what Macron described as a new mission to bring the two companies together. That mission also failed. The mediators appointed to formally resolve the Dassault-Airbus dispute ultimately produced not a joint agreement, but two separate reports, one from each side, with positions still equally divergent. As recently as April 2026, Dassault Chairman and CEO Eric Trappier stated at the War and Peace Security Conference in Paris that his company had given itself, quote, 2 to 3 weeks to try to find an agreement, end quote. A €100 billion program operating on a 2 to 3 week horizon. That single statement captures the scale of the dysfunction. Chancellor Merz himself added clarity to why the gap is so fundamental. Quote, "The French need, in the next generation of fighter jets, an aircraft capable of carrying nuclear weapons and operating from an aircraft carrier. That's not what we currently need in the German military." End quote. That is not a procurement disagreement. That is a statement about whether France and Germany are trying to build the same aircraft at all. Germany has already begun exploring exit options. Berlin has held talks with Swedish company Saab about alternative partnerships. Former Airbus CEO Tom Enders, one of the architects of modern European aerospace, publicly called Germany's decision to partner with France rather than Britain on this program a, quote, "strategic mistake." Europe's flagship 6th-generation program, 9 years after its announcement, cannot agree on what the aircraft needs to do. The strategic calculus. This context, 100 billion euros in limbo, industrial mediation collapsed, timeline drifting toward irrelevance, is precisely why Germany is investing this aggressively in a platform that first flew in the 1990s. The backdrop is Russia. Germany's military transformation since 2022 has been the most significant since the Cold War. The Bundeswehr is reconfiguring from a low-readiness expeditionary force into a high-readiness territorial military built for potential conflict on NATO's eastern flank. Long-range precision strike capabilities, neglected for decades, are now a strategic priority. This is a different Germany than the one that existed 3 years ago. Against that backdrop, a capability gap between now and 2040, the original FCAS delivery date, is not an abstraction. It is a real operational risk. The Tranche 4, with its AESA radar, electronic warfare architecture, and crewed-uncrewed teaming readiness, is explicitly designed to bridge that gap. Germany is actively evaluating multiple loyal wingman candidates to fly alongside its Eurofighters by around 2030. The list includes the XQ-58 Alpha Valkyrie, offered jointly by Airbus and American company Kratos. It includes Airbus's own stealthy wingman concept. It includes the MQ-28 Ghostbat, which Boeing Australia is pitching through a partnership with Rheinmetall. And it includes the CA-1 Europa from German startup Helsing, the same company supplying the artificial intelligence software inside the Typhoon EK. The large area display in the Tranche 4 cockpit was designed with this in mind. Managing a formation of autonomous wingmen while processing AESA sensor data and making engagement decisions requires a pilot-machine interface built for information density. The Tranche 4 is not just a better version of what Germany flew before. It is a platform architecture designed to operate in a multi-domain combat ecosystem that does not fully exist yet. That combination, advanced radar, electronic warfare integration, loyal wingman readiness, means that even if FCAS never delivers a crewed 6th-generation fighter, Germany will have a credible multi-domain combat system operational in the early 2030s. Not 6th generation, but not standing still. The verdict. So what is the Eurofighter Tranche 4? It is technically impressive. The ECRS Mark I AESA radar is a genuine generational upgrade over what Germany flew before. The Typhoon EK gives the Luftwaffe suppression of enemy air defenses, capability it has never had at this level of sophistication. The crewed-uncrewed teaming roadmap is coherent and funded. 93 Tranche 4s, plus 20 Tranche 5s, plus 15 electronic warfare variants, plus 35 F-35 Alpha jets. This is a serious Air Force being seriously rebuilt. But the Tranche 4 is also a strategic concession. It exists, in part, because the program that was supposed to make it irrelevant cannot get its two primary industrial partners to agree on what the future aircraft should be. Germany is investing in the present, because it cannot bank on the future. And that is the most important thing the Manching reveal tells us. Not the radar specs, not the order numbers, but the fact that Europe's leading industrial nation, the country that co-designed the original Eurofighter that championed FCAS from the beginning, is now hedging so aggressively that it is buying over 100 new versions of an aircraft it was supposed to replace. That is not the behavior of a continent confident in its next-generation future. That is the behavior of a continent buying time. If you want to understand where European air power is actually going, not where the press releases say it is going, the story of the Tranche 4 is the answer. And the fact that it needs to exist at this scale tells you more than any FCAS concept render ever could. If this gave you a different perspective on what is really happening in European defense, drop the word upgrade in the comments. I will pin the best insight from this community. Subscribe for more analysis, and I will see you in the next one.